Hello, everyone. Turnover Carbon here, and we are back with episode 6 of our coordinator climb here on Football Coach College Dynasty. Where last we left off, we made it through the most boring and depressing transfer portal any of us will ever see. We began the 2026 season. We currently sit 4-0, an out of conference win against ULM, and then conference victories against UMass, Sam Houston State, and UTEP. Shout out Don Haskins. Where we currently sit today, my goal is just to play through the rest of the season. If there are any games after the regular season, bowl games, conference games, then we will let the chips fall where they may, as it were. For those of you, it's your first time watching, welcome to the show. Please like and subscribe if you are able. We are doing a coordinator series. We are currently in year 3. And one of, in my opinion, the ways the coordinator job separates itself from the coach is that I can do nothing in terms of recruiting. The only thing I can do is move offensive players up and down this here window. And the tricky part is, obviously, since I'm only seeing half the players, only about the top, I would say, 5 or 6 players will actually get good pitches. So we are going to sort it a little bit here now. We're mainly focused on things like potential hidden gems of the sort. But other than that, nothing too crazy for us. I think I'm going to move the hidden gem tight end up, the A potential O lineman, our boy Donovan Kessler, and Leo Hardin. We just move those as we need. Though Jaden Taylor, we are light years behind on him, so that one might be worth it a little bit less, but you never know. So let us get into really quick. A lot of the recruits on offense aren't really that inspiring. I think the two really interesting guys, a JUCO wide receiver, Donovan Kessler, who his ball skills are bad. Let's get that out of the way. However, he has 95 speed and 84 evasion. So a speed demon. Potential is bad, so his ball skills probably are never going to develop that great, but it is what it is. And then at QB, Jeremiah Ross, a 4-star QB from the home state of Louisiana. We are currently leading on his signature. However, as I have lamented, since I can't schedule recruiting visits for everyone, the AI scheduled him in week 3, and so Michigan was able to schedule against OSU. So suffice to say, even though we have a 1,200-point lead now, that very likely will crumble beneath our very eyes. So without further ado, let us get started with the first game today against UConn. Injury point of orders at wide receiver. Both Ed Woodward and Max Gilliard are injured and out for a bit. I have ripped the red shirt off of true freshman Theodore Schwartz, so he's going to play in about 4 games. We're seeing a lot of true freshman Marcus Miller, which is really good. So hopefully we can keep the train going here. I run a very pass-heavy offense, mainly because look at my running back room. And so far it is paying dividends. We are favored by 6 points on the road. UConn has 7 recruits visiting, including what looks like a really good safety in Amir Barrett, not to be confused with the Cincinnati Reds pitcher. But so far in the save, this was before our time. UConn beat Louisiana Tech 28-14. We're going to skip the coin toss. UConn won it and elected to defer. A bold decision. We are going to start, as we always do, slot outs, full send. 31 pass yard to Paul Harmon. That'll do. That will do indeed, and the run goes backwards as it is oft to do, but Paul Harmon again gets us a first down. Marcus Miller gets us 8, and Caden Buford gets me 3. Run game really, it's an abstract concept with us as Suzuki is sacked, but Theodore Schwartz, the true freshman who 2 weeks ago was redshirting, not getting any playing time, gets a 20-yard reception there. Carlos Nelson gets us to the 7, Zachary Crow to the 1, and he walks it in. Very nice from us. UConn driving down the field, though, at the 5, at the 7, at the 1, and they can't convert. They go for a field goal like the cowards they are. And Zachary Crow goes backwards. This is, as expected, incomplete. We punt. Oi, and a 57-yard reception for UConn. But they have to settle for a field goal again. That's huge. I'm going to run it on 3rd and 1. And Buford goes backwards. His stat line right now is 4 carries for 2 yards. For those of you keeping track at home. All right, good stop from our defense. Buford goes backwards again. I'm not going to go for it here. If we were had 15 more yards, then maybe. But at our own 27, I think not. And we have the ball at our own 1. Neat. I'm just going to keep running it to burn the clock, make them use their timeouts, and now they're out. We get the ball back with a better field position and a chance to score here. Let's see what we got. The AI finally agrees with me that we should go up-tempo. There we go. We're not quite in field goal range because our kicker is not a power guy. But that is something to consider. We have 1 timeout left. The slants work at the 18. There we go. We're at to the 10. And Talon Gooden with the reception over the middle. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech. And they rattle off a 53-yard run to get into field goal range. Well, not great end of the half from our defense, but it is what it is. There we go. I thought that was going to just be 3 straight incompletions, and we were going to suffer mightily. Uh-oh. 3rd and 10. You know what? Let's get a little silly with it. QB power. Gets me 6. I'll take the field goal to go up by 8. There we go. Defense gets a stop. Very good. I need to quit running that RPO bubble screen. I think last episode I even said I should just ignore it from the playbook. 3rd and 7. Let's sling it. No dice. We punt, and they return the punt 42 yards. Man. They have to settle for a field goal again. Credit to the defense for keeping them out of the end zone at the very least. As the 4th quarter begins, Zachary Crow, 15-yard run. That'll play. That definitely said 14, but ignore me. Play action bubble goes backwards. That tracks. I'm going to go for it. 4th and 4, midfield. There we go. Talon gets me 12. We convert, and Suzuki is picked by safety Brian Simmons. And the AI just did engage 8 on 3rd and 9. Neat. And UConn gets in the end zone. They fail to get the 2-point conversion. So it is a 1-score game. And Suzuki is picked again. Yeesh. I'm going to go up tempo here just because at this point, I'm more concerned that we get like an early three and out and have to punt it again. And I'd rather not burn a lot of time. Case in point. I'm going to go for it here on 4th and 3. I'm essentially gift wrapping them a field goal by doing this, but I think at this point, we need to convert. We do not. Pass to Schwartz is incomplete, and UConn scores a touchdown. Extra point is good. Down by 8. I mean, we're just collapsing offensively. Remember when I said we might win Conference USA? And then UConn was like, "Hi, how are you? Happy to be here." Man. There we go. Marcus Miller, 9-yard reception for the conversion. That's big. The AI still wants me on normal for whatever reason. It's very strange sometimes. Let's try to get him with hitches. There we go. Hitches works. There we go. The AI finally got on the correct page. So now we can actually use our timeouts. There we go. Suzuki scrambles for 17. 3rd and 3. We don't get it. 4th and 3. Middle Pesser nerfed. Let's try curl flaps. 4th and 3. No dice. Incomplete pass. We lose to UConn. Very disappointing loss. 25-17. Yeah, that's a game that we really should have put away. And the fact that we had what, 3 straight three and out? Yeah, we had 3 straight three and outs in the second quarter. And that's the point of time where we really should have put the game away. And then we had 2 costly turnovers down the stretch. We turned it over on downs twice to close, and that is that. Suzuki had to throw it 54 times, had 2 picks. Buford was actually terrible. I don't think I've ever been as down on a starting running back as I am with Caden Buford right now. Like, it's actually depressing. Receiving wise, I mean, Fuller was targeted 10 times, only had 4 catches. Flynn was targeted 8, only had 3. Not great. Yep, that is that. We are undefeated no more, and we lose to UConn. I think that is our college football playoff chances dead and buried, though I doubt an undefeated Conference USA team would make the playoff anyway. All right. That is what it is. Let's do a quick thing of recruiting here. May commit soon. Okay, so we're going to try to snipe these 2 by moving them to the very top. Leo Hardy, and I think can be 4. Chen. Neely, I just am on record saying I don't really like him. So I think let's move Kessler up to 5. What's annoying is, and I spoke about this last time out, but even though I have moved Jeremiah Ross to the top of the priority order, the AI is still only doing target man, which I imagine is because we're almost 1,200 points ahead on Michigan, but the AI is not factoring into account that Michigan has the 3rd recruiting visit for him. It's against a top 5 team and their rival. Like, they could easily get 1,500 points if they beat OSU. So we need to be increasing the lead on him, but the AI physically will not let me do that. And I think that is the most frustrating aspect of only being a coordinator, in my humble opinion. All right, let's move on to Western Michigan. They're 1-4 on the year. They lost to Utah State, beat Iowa State, and then did not have a good time the rest of the way. They gave up 54 points to UC. They scheduled New Mexico State also. New Mexico State's 3-2, to be fair. I think we're going to work on our downfield passing in this one. We just objectively need to be better. Obviously, the injuries to two of our starting wide receivers have not helped, but we really should be better. We have 10 recruits visiting today. Alvin Wagner is a QB I don't really want. He has bad potential, horrendous IQ, bad accuracy. Grant Hoy, I think we're not going to get anyway. He has very little athleticism. Derek O'Connor, I like, but he is going to be a wide receiver. Donovan Kessler, obviously, very important. Oscar Green is also pretty solid. So let's see what happens here. This is suddenly a very big game. I mean, even though West Virginia's 1-4, they're a Big 12 team. So we really need to lock in and get this done. Buford, 10-yard rush, and then immediately goes backwards. We're so back. Fourth and 2 from our own 43. I'm going to go for it. I am going to do a little QB power, though. No dice. Suzuki got blown up, lost 2 yards. All right. West Virginia gets a field goal out of it, so there we go. Paul Harmon, 49 yards off the hitch route. And Paul Harmon again, 26-yard touchdown reception. Thank you much. We have the lead. Great job from our defense, getting 3 and out. We're moving. We're shaking. Judah Fuller's getting involved. Our run game kind of stalling. 16-yard rush. Thank you, Buford. There we go. Connor Flynn over the middle. 14-3. And defense gets another 3 and out. Maybe UConn is just like the best defense in Conference USA. There we go. Strip sack by James Palmer. The ball is ours once again. Let's do a little read option here. 3rd and 3. I'm going to pass. Hitches. There we go. Flynn gets us 7. I keep wanting to call him Cooper Flynn instead of Connor Flynn, but I'll allow it. Zachary Crow runs it in. We are just taking West Virginia to town right now. Oh, now another turnover by the Mountaineers. I feel like in real life, their head coach might get fired after this game. You start 1-5, you lose to a Conference USA team. It's not great. 3rd and 2 at the 3. I'm going to go for it on a 4th down regardless, so let's run it. There we go. Crow runs it in. What a dominating performance. I mean, don't get me wrong. I figured we'd win, but I thought at least it would be a struggle. We're just teeing off on West Virginia right now. All right, let me turn 2 clock off here. See if we can get him with the jet sweep. 9 yards. We're going to beat this team by 1,000. Even the jet sweep is working, folks. There we go. Suzuki, 15-yard rush. 3rd and goal at the 1. I mean, I'm just going to run it with Suzuki again. And he gets it in. Very good. Once again, in real life, or even in the game, the AI should take a timeout here just so they can have a punt return. You never know. Could house it. Very good stop from the defense again. I mean, this is turning into a statement win here. It does beg the question, where the heck was this against UConn? But, I mean, I'll check UConn's numbers after this. Maybe they just have like a phenomenal defense. The bubble screen failed, but Marcus Miller, the true freshman, touchdown off the curl route. Very good, lads. And West Virginia punts once again. It's really not good for them. Even the wide receiver screen worked. Theodore Schwartz is getting involved. We have to punt. All right. Backups are now in on defense. and they get a stop all the same. There we go. Marcus Miller with the catch. Damon Overton is in. He could, I mean, there is a kind of doomsday scenario, as I call it, where Overton is our starting QB next season. And it's a pretty terrifying idea, I'm going to be honest with you. But now we're just going to run it a little bit. There we go. Overton scrambles 8-yard touchdown. I should have gone for 2 to try to get 50 points. Ooh, they went 4 verts on 4th down and converted it. Good on them, but that'll be ball game. We win 49-3. I think the only 2 numbers you need to look at: pass yards per attempt, Louisiana Tech 10.4. That's a first down every time we pass. West Virginia rush yards per attempt 0.8. Now, granted, some of that is skewed because of the sack numbers and how they count toward rushing now, but still very good. Suzuki was on fire. 23-28, 295 yards, 3 touchdowns. Very good from him. Really happy with that. Yeah, that's a really good bounce back win. Even though West Virginia is struggling this year, they're in the Big 12. Like, in terms of a talent level, it's a very good opponent. After this gets done advancing, I'll have to check UConn, see how their defense ranks. Hey, okay, Max Gilliard is back. So, Theodore Schwartz, thank you for your service in 4 games. He had 3 catches for 34 yards. Not exactly the most impressive stat line, but we're going to take the red shirt back from him there. Garrett will come back. That means Roman Tatum is going to see a little bit less of the field, but he has yet to get targeted, so nothing really lost there. Let's take a moment and look at UConn briefly here. They're 2-3. They lost to Illinois. I mean, yeah, their defense ain't bad. They're giving up 281 pass yards per game, which is what, fifth worst in the country. So yeah, they're just really bad against the pass. But they're 22nd in the country in getting turnovers. We obviously help with that. So I think their running defense is solid, and their pass defense, I mean, isn't great, but they force enough turnovers. They get out of it on 3rd down to where they could beat us there. Let's look at the visit results. We only get 265 on Sawyer, 365 on Oscar Green. That ain't bad. Kessler, 265, and Memphis still has their visit against UTSA. So I don't think we're going to get Kessler, which is a shame. Derek O'Connor, 265. What's nuking us right now? Game atmosphere. I disagree. Blowout against a Big Ten. Come on. What are we doing? It's a little frustrating that that's as low as it was, but that is what it is. All right, we're going to move Ross to the top. And I think now we're just going to play the catch-up game for some guys. So Ross, Hardeen, Green, Scales, even though I don't like him, Neely, even though I don't like him. Is it worth chasing on some of these guys? I still kind of want to fight for Salvador Jones, but we're not going to get him. I think I'll move Porter up, and I will move Blake. And then, yeah, so that will be my order. All right. The life of the coordinator moves on, and we are into week 7 now against winless Missouri State. Looks like their offense isn't great. Defense not that much better. Yep. Yep, they are third worst in the country in opposing points per game, second worst in yards per game, third worst in pass yards per game. Need I go on? I mean, they just have a terrible defense. They've only turned it over twice this season, though. Credit to them for that. And they're eighth in pass yards per attempt. Very interesting team profile. Let's look at their quarterback here. Sergio Cullen. Second year, he transferred from Toledo. Wow, 96 arm strength, 92 strength overall. Solid. Solid work. All right, let's rock with game three. The benefit of being a coordinator is like I can get through three games in half an hour. We're favored by 22. I have a feeling the backups are going to come in here. Missouri State has 10 recruits visiting, including a very solid JUCO wide receiver. Good on them. All right, Missouri State elected to defer. Fair enough. I forgot to do slot outs on the first play. We're cursed. Yeah, I don't think I don't think this is going to be a close one as Zachary Crow runs it in for 7 yards. Touchdown. I don't like the way the Bulldogs. Like, I feel like Louisiana Tech should have something, more related to Louisiana, the Bayou even. I'll be a crocodile. I ain't afraid. Zachary Crow with another rushing touchdown. Oh, good kickoff return from them. Oh, they're in. Oh, they have to settle for a field goal. Good job from our defense so far today. I feel like this is going to be a game where we're going to run the ball a lot. Zachary Crow goes backwards. I'm just going to punt. Like, probably should have gone for it, but I don't want to let them back in the game by gifting them good field position. That said, our defense looks inclined to let them back in the game. 14-10. Jeez. Nothing there. We punt. Missouri State with a chance to take the lead. They go for it on fourth down. They get it. Credit to the AI for making that decision. We did a zone blitz on 3rd and 10. It did not work. And they have to settle for a field goal. Well, not great. That really went poorly there. They scored a field goal. We had to punt. They got a touchdown. We punted. They drove down the field. 2-minute drill. Got a field goal for their trouble. It is now a 1-point game. Missouri State searching for their first win of the season. We only have, 200 yards of offense. So we really just need to. Oh, Suzuki is sacked. Not great. We punt again, and they have good field position. We got the ball back. Thank you, lads. Thank you very much. I click sim play too fast sometimes because they're accidentally simmed. I think it was like an RPO bubble screen without actually meaning to. We convert to 3rd and 1. Finally, Suzuki is sacked and Hardin misses the field goal. Man alive, guys. Our offense just so hot and cold these past few weeks as Buford goes backward. That's a big conversion. Thank you, Max, coming back from being injured. 3rd and 2. I am going to run it, but I'm going to do a QB power. There we go. 9-yard run. We are in the red zone. The fact that I'm about to say the sentence, we need a touchdown here against Missouri State is very sad. There we go. Gilliard, 8-yard touchdown reception. You're now up by 8. And the AI did an engage 8 on 3rd and 9. Gets the sack. And now we do, in fact, have the ball back. Good run there by Crow. We get the conversion. All right, so now I think we're just going to run it in midfield. Just torch the clock. Leave them with like 2 minutes. I mean, if we score here, we win just based on time. Suzuki got sacked. The field goal, though, is good. Good kickoff return again from Missouri State. And an interception to end the game. Deep shot. Suzuki got sacked again. Good God. I mean, that was unnecessarily painful. I mean, credit to our defense. They pitched a shutout in the second half. So that'll do. But man, Suzuki only had 3 incompletions the whole game. Our running game was on fire, and we still just could not like move away from this team. Like they just kept fighting. Like it looked really grim here where we had to punt and a half, 3 and out. We get -3 yards on the drive. We drive down, miss a field goal. And then, we scored a touchdown. I think at that point the game was pretty much over. Long drive, took 6.5 minutes. There's your ball game. But man, oh man. I mean, hey, credit to Missouri State. That was a good game for the fans. Man, our team just cannot have a healthy front seven. Oh boy. 450 yards or better, huh? All right. Well, we're 6-1. That'll play. Houston is suddenly on the Jeremiah Ross train, which is fair. All right, so I think Ross, Green, O'Connor is still going to be our top three. I think Leo Hardin is going to be 4. I mean, yeah, Kessler, we're 176 behind. Memphis still has their visits, so I'm not that confident we'll get his signature, but you never know. It could happen. Probably won't, but it could. Stranger things have happened. All right, we are on our bye week now, so let us advance. And now we get one of our best wide receivers back in Ed Woodward, not to be confused with the Manchester United man. All right, so in terms of what that's going to do for our depth chart, Woodward, I think, is going to be wide receiver 3. It's going to drop. Max Gillard doesn't get a lot of playing time. Connor Flynn is going to go down a bit. I think that's okay. Marcus Miller, past 2 games, he's only had 3 catches, so I'd like to get him going. Especially because he wants to be a star, and he's very good, so he may very well transfer after 2 years. So now we have an interesting little game here. For those who have not seen all of this series, in year 1 of the series, I literally went through, I think, the prestige like 3 and below schools, did a random number generator and started at New Mexico State, where we left after 1 season to be the OC at Louisiana Tech. Obviously, the correct decision. But this year, New Mexico State is looking solid. They're 5-3. They beat Texas State in overtime. FIU, Sam Houston State. They just beat UTEP and Missouri State. They're still scheduling Oh boy, they got destroyed by OSU, and they also face West Virginia here in a bit. Good for them. Do I recognize any of their boys on offense? They got a new QB. I don't know him. John Hopkins, yeah, he was a runner for me. He's doing much worse since I left. What a shame. Aiden Flaherty is still there. That's good. How's he been doing? Not great this year, but last year he was solid. Is that a 28% catch percentage? Is a grim number. Oh, wait, I didn't do recruiting again. Whoops. Okay, what do I want here? At this point, we might as well fight for Stanton. Kessler, yeah, we're 300 behind. We're not. We're not going to get him, but tragically, because we're so far behind on so many other players, might as well go in for him. We have some recruits. Oscar Green goes to us by 30 points. So we get a 3-star wide receiver who I like a lot. Very good ball skills. Athleticism needs work. He's probably going to redshirt year one, but depending what happens with the wide receiver room, he could be a good depth wide receiver for us as a freshman. Shane Gillis does not go for us. Gillis sounds better. All right, we're favored by 12 points on the road at Las Cruces. New Mexico State has 10 players visiting so far in the sim. In year one, I lost to Louisiana Tech. In year two, I won as Louisiana Tech. Let's see what happens in year three. We elect to receive. I like this decision. First, we're going to run it. It will get us nothing. We will then throw it. It will get us everything. I'm so annoyed at Beaver. I'm about to make Zachary Crowe just the wide receiver one. There we go. Beaver gets the conversion. If he didn't, he's the wide receiver one. Or he's the running back two, and I'm putting Crowe in there. Second and goal at the 6. I'm going to try hitches. And it works. Talon Gooden off the hitch route in the slot. 7-0. They punt. Hitches again. 5 yards. I'll take what I can get. Good run there from Buford as they just send the house. Feels rude. Sling it. There we go. Fuller gets us 8. How long is the field goal? 46. I'm not entirely confident in him making this, so I'm going to do a QB power. No dice. Suzuki fumble. And New Mexico State recovers, but defense gets a stop and a very good punt return from Paul Harmon. Gets us close. Thank you, Suzuki, on the scramble. Then he's sacked. Man. I think what I've discovered today is West Virginia is just like one of the worst power, 5 in this sim teams just this year. Like they clearly don't have it. 40-yarder, he's got this. There we go. Ooh, they're going for it. 4th and 1 midfield. They don't get it. So we get the ball back with 2 timeouts, 1:19. There we go. We get the conversion after being sacked. And Suzuki is picked again today. The AI does engage 8 on 3rd and 7, which is a choice. Nothing doing from New Mexico State. I mean, not a great half. We had less than 200 yards of offense. Our defense is doing great. Like, give them medals. Well, they convert the 4th down, but not that time. They went for it on 4th and 6, did not get it. I support the decision to go for it. Unfortunately for them, though, doesn't work. Triple option did not work either. So maybe I'm just sensing a theme. And Suzuki fumbles again. This happened last season where he had one interception through, I think, the first 7 games of the season, and then through, I think, four in his last 5 or 6. New Mexico State is on the board. It is a 3-point game. We really need to get going now. 3-3. I think I am going to run it, operating under the assumption if I don't get it, I'm going to go for it anyway. All right, I got it. We're good. 3rd and 11. We don't get it, man. I'm going to punt. Like, I'm not going for it on 4th and 11. That's just silly. I'd rather give them really bad field position. They keep converting 3rd downs, man. There we go. Sacked him at a field goal range there. Jeez, man. See if we can burn him on a slant. Did not work. They have the ball in our territory. They get a 50-yard pass. They're in the end zone, and we are losing now to New Mexico State. As again, our offense is stymied. There we go. Big sack there. All right, I'm switching up tempo. There we go. 2nd and 4. Go slants again. Good work. The sack there is really bad. Hashtag analysis, but we convert anyway. The AI wants me to be on normal tempo. I don't think I will. Oh boy. 3rd and 8. I'm going to try Z shell across. It works. We're at the 13. Very good. I am now going to go to normal after this play. There we go. 1st and goal at the 6. Run it once. No dice. The pass doesn't work. 3rd and goal at the 1. Going back to normal here, and we're going to do a QB sneak. And he gets there. Suzuki runs it in. I am now going to go for 2. And we get it. Big. I'm always in favor of going for 2 in that situation, because either if you make the extra point, a field goal ties it, you go to overtime. That can be anyone's game. If you don't get it, they still have to drive down the field and kick a field goal, which is a hard thing to do. But if you convert on 2 points there, now they need a touchdown. Here we go. They get 11 yards. Incomplete. 8 yards. 4th and 2. Incomplete. For New Mexico State. Suzuki is sacked again. I need to quit going for those. I need to quit going for those kind of plays. We beat New Mexico State 18-14. I think credit to them for it being a really good game. I think I have legitimate concerns about our offense, and this is the 2nd straight year where our offense has gotten objectively worse as the year went on. That isn't nothing. Fuller was targeted 14 times, had 11 catches. I mean, Suzuki fumbled twice and threw an interception. I think that's really the only reason the game was close. New Mexico State had one 50-yard play to set up an easy touchdown. Other than that, our defense did phenomenally. Oh, we're not going to get you. We're not going to get you. All right, so we move now 7-1. Western Kentucky has since lost to UTEP, and thus we now control our own destiny in Conference USA. So if we win the last 4 games of the season, we will be in the title game, which is nice. may commit soon. Hey, buddy, can you commit like now? Before this week 13 visit, please? Holy moly, Houston. Yep, all right. Houston got a lot of points on that, 1,100. Hey, if only the AI had been doing the smart thing and like giving him better pitches, but that's so frustrating. Like the recruiting AI in this game really should be better, and it's a legitimate shame that it's not. Because it makes it seem like what I'm doing really doesn't matter because the AI will still make its own decision regarding, oh, we're 1,000 points ahead on this recruit. I can get away with target player, not factoring that two top schools still have recruiting visits and have higher interest. So it's one of the things that makes coordinator mode especially not really fun in some aspects. Like there's a genuine argument where I just shouldn't even bother looking at this because the AI will just do whatever it wants. So we'll see. We'll see what it looks like at the end of the year. All right. We now face Charlotte, who are in the American, 3-6 on the year. They beat Rice, North Texas, and Old Dominion. They've lost to nearly every American team they've faced. Their defense looks quite poor. Yeah. Bottom 5 in yards per game, bottom 15 in points, third worst team for rush yards per attempt. They got a slightly below average offense, though. We'll see how things shake out in week 10. We're favored by 20 points. Charlotte has 10 recruits visiting. Last year, we beat Charlotte 31-3. I think what I'm looking for this game specifically is no turnovers and no back-to-back 3-and-outs. Very nice as we get an interception on like the second play of the game, and then Suzuki is sacked, and we have to punt. What a waste of an interception. Charlotte is driving slowly but surely. They punt. That had the makings of being one of the longest drives in college football history. But then they got stopped. 3rd and 5. Let's fool them with the play action. Hey, it worked. Thanks, Judah. There we go. We convert. 3rd and 3. Zachary Crow gets me 1 yard. I mean, part of the other reason the run game sucks is if you just look at our O-line. Like, Asher Thacker is a great run blocker. Trenton Holland is really good. Brock Murray is 90. Everyone else is mid-low 70s. So that's, it's not nothing. As Jeffrey Winston gets me -1 yard, so thus proving my point. There we go. We convert. Very nice. Buford, you depress me. There we go. Talon Gooden, 10 yards. We are on the board. A nice 9.5-minute drive to settle in the game as Charlotte nearly converts a 3rd and 14. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Flynn. At the 5 now, at the 3, still at the 3, now at the 2. I am going to take a field goal. I'm going to be a little bit of a coward here, but I think I'd rather just go up by 2 scores. That way we have more margin for error if the turnovers come down the stretch. Judah Fuller drops the pass. Drop this one. I went to Flynn. There we go. Connor Flynn is playing really well. Ooh, we did a safety blitz. They get to the outside and get 46 yards. And Charlotte, I saw, did have pretty good numbers in big plays. So they get the field goal there. I mean, I have all my timeouts. We might as well go for it. Medium passes are nerfed. Well, in that case, slot corner, send it. There we go. We convert on 3rd and 5. At the 26, we have 2 timeouts. We're getting close to field goal range. Now we're in the red zone. Let's try hitches. At the 2, still at the 2, and Talon Gooden gets the touchdown. Very good. Up 24-3. Offense is doing a lot better today. Why did I just jinx us? I don't know. Don't worry about it. Yep, 3 and out. We punt. And the AI does an under smoke blitz on 3rd and 9. They beat us on the slants and are in the red zone. And they get a touchdown. Yeah, the AI is very blitz heavy, which is ironic given that the defense we're going with is a balanced man scheme and our head coach is conservative. So I don't really know how that works as Suzuki gets sacked. And again, there's back-to-back 3 and outs. What I said I did not want. Because back-to-back, a 3 and out for us is almost as bad as a turnover because so much of our offense is predicated on the idea that we just want to burn a lot of possession. And so if we go 3 and out, really hurts. And our defense ain't that great. I mean, it's good for Conference USA, but it ain't great. Charlotte is now within 7, and we have some work to do here. And Caden Buford, 35-yard touchdown reception out of the backfield. Thank you, sir. They convert again. Man, what's their 3rd down conversion rate? Charlotte is 9 of 13. Good for them. I mean, they came to play. They punt. We have the ball at our own 4, which isn't great. Whoo, that's a big conversion. If we don't convert that, Charlotte has wonderful field position. I'm just doing wide receiver screens all live long day. It's giving me flashbacks to Chip Kelly. Remember when the Eagles drafted Josh Huff? That was a fun one. 2nd and 6. Get the conversion. Thank you, lads. Let's try to burn them over the top for a touchdown. And we do. Ed Woodward off the wheel route. That'll do. All right, backups are now in on defense. And by God, does it show as Charlotte walks down the field and gets a touchdown off of 4 verts. And we recover the onside kick. Very good. Jet sweep. It worked. Buford gets us the 1st down. We're just going to give a little bit of running here. A little bit of moving and shaking. All right. We win 38-25. I think credit to Charlotte's offense. They played a very good game of football there. They were 10 of 15 on 3rd downs. They had 2 plays of over 40 yards. I think they played really good. The opening interception isn't great. We didn't score on it, but it really did set them back. Suzuki had 5 touchdowns today. I think the run game was not great. Bad game from Zachary Crowe, who we really need him to do well down the stretch. Woodward was targeted 9 times, only had 5 catches. Harmon was targeted 6, only had 2. So a little bit to work on, but I'm happy with that. God mode. Ooh. Moment of truth. It's just frustrating. And I get it, like it's coordinator mode, but also for about half of the season, the AI just kept doing target player on him because we were so far ahead of Houston, we were so far ahead of Michigan, not taking into account that our recruiting visit with him wasn't great. Houston is going to get a big boost from being a second visit. And so they just rifle to the top, and it's too little too late. We just missed out on an A minus potential 4-star quarterback solely because the recruiting AI is not anywhere near where it should be. And that's very frustrating because we should have him. Like Jeremiah Ross should be a QB for us in the future. If it was me, playing and in charge of everything, he would be there. But because of how the AI works and everything set up there, we don't get him. And now I'm faced with nothing but, recruits that we are hundreds, if not thousands of points behind on. And we're going to have such a small recruiting class. Again, we have one commit. We have one commit. We are currently ahead on 6 players. 6. Uh, yeah, I think I'm not saying I'm going to end the coordinator series because of this. I am saying, though, if I am offered a head coaching job literally anywhere, I think I'll take it just because, there's no point in me doing anything with recruiting. There is 0 point because even if, I move guys up and down, the AI, look, Brent Stanton, there's still, because it's not consistent. And that's, I think, what annoys me. Because if it were consistent and the AI valued where players were, in the race, then Stanton should be like one of the top guys because we're only 79 points ahead. But he's not. He's way down the list, and I have to move him up. Whereas with Ross, we were so far ahead of him that even if I put him literally top of the list, the AI only does target player. It's so inconsistent. View recruiting needs everything, dude. We have one commit so far. Am I wrong? Am I overreacting? Who knows? Yell at me in the comments. Anyway, we have Jacksonville State today. They're 5-5. They started off 4-1. It has not been good for them since. Credit to them, they gave ranked Liberty a game. Ooh, their defense is really good against the run. That's not great for us. They're also similarly to us. They take a lot of drive. They stop a lot of teams on third down. They're 21st in the country in third down. This is going to be a good game of football. Let's see what happens in week 11. We are at home, favored by 9.5 points. We have 10 recruits visiting. Of the 10, I'd say we have a realistic shot at getting 1, 2. Yep, end of list. All right. Let's rock and roll against Jacksonville State. They won the toss and elected to receive. And they go 3 and out. Very good from our defense. We have wonderful field position. Let's hopefully not squander it here. Suzuki scrambles. Ed Woodward on the sweep. And at the 5, touchdown off the hitches. On the board. Good stop again by the defense. Very good. Here we go. 3 and out. Can't even get a yard to our name. There we go. Good stop from the defense. Harmon returns the punt 28 yards to where we are knocking on the door of the red zone. We will continue to knock on the door of the red zone. We will continue to knock on the door of the red zone. There we go. Talon gets us 11, and Judah Fuller again into the end zone. Very nice. They convert the fourth down. I like that the AI went for it there because realistically, a field goal just doesn't help them. But they have to settle for one anyway. All right, let's run the ball. Let's get it going. 4 verts. Oh, 35 yards. It worked. Scenes. There we go. Jeffrey Winston with the touchdown. Holy moly. They returned the kick 93 yards. Well, that'll get you set up in good field position. They have to settle for a field goal anyway. Oh, man. Not a great day for Jacksonville State so far. Suzuki is picked again, man. They went for it on the 4th and 8 and got picked off, which is tough. I'm keeping shoot clock on until we get across midfield. All right, I'll turn it off. 4 verts. Didn't work. There we go. In the red zone. At the 1. Let's go shoot clock here. Halfback dive. Doesn't get it. Man alive. We'll call it timeout. QB sneak does get it. Touchdown. Oh, that was almost dicey, but we're up 28-6, and we start with the football, which is most lovely. Bubble screen went backwards. That's what I get for being cute. And we have to punt. I think the screen game just is not our arsenal, which is a shame because we have some speed demons with pretty good evasion. Yeah, my RPO bubble screen goes backwards, and again, dropped pass on 3rd down, we punt. There we go. Good run from Crow. Play action doesn't work. Bubble screen doesn't work, but Carlos Nelson. Give me the yardage, sir. There we go. 4th quarter. The starters are still in because we're not quite up by 24. After that touchdown, though, we are. Backups are now in on defense. They give up a big play but force a punt. All the same. Very good. Just 0-yard run. Negative 2-yard run. 25-yard pass. That honestly does define this offense so much. It's like our run game is simply not very good, but by God, we can sling it as Joffrey goes backwards. Good punt. Burned him at the 3. Wow. Winston goes backwards. Oh, boy. There we go. Felix Morgan fumbles. We recover. Shot to the end zone. 2nd and 2 from the 7. Can we get in there? 3rd and 2 at the 7. Lads. Slants. 1st and goal at the 4. Owen in that end zone again. 2nd goal at the 1. There we go. Giovanni Laura runs it in. I think I called him Joffrey earlier, which is just objectively incorrect. But we win 42-6. I expected that to be a much closer game of football, but I mean, they only had 2 3rd down conversions the whole game. We did have that interception, but didn't really come back to bite us. Overall, pretty good performance, if I do say so myself. We advance. I'm going to check in on UConn, see how they're doing. Maybe UConn is just like the best football team we play this year, which, to be fair, is a possibility. Oh, then the other. UConn, they're 6-4. They lost to Houston, but they beat same Houston State, and they have FIU and Delaware to close. Doesn't look like we're going to face them in the Conference USA title game. It's going to be either Liberty or FIU. Ouch. Liberty losing to Arkansas State to open the season is rough. And then they took out their anger on Sam Houston State and Delaware. Oh, FIU versus Liberty to close the season. That's going to decide who plays in the title game. All right, official visits. Nothing really that moved the needle. Everything's, 300, 200. Oh, well, we don't get Sullivan, which is a little bit of a shame, but it is what it is. I kind of just want the AI to just take this at some point. At this point, honestly, like, it's just the guys that we're close on, which unfortunately, they're not good. So that's just where I'm at in life. Yeah, like we're 1,800 points behind on Sawyer. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and scout and, put resources into guys that we're 6,000 points ahead on. Good call, AI. I'm so salty about this AI. But it really does make like building a program not impossible, but more difficult than it should be. Which, to be fair, could be the point. You never know. All right, two more games left in the regular season. Middle Tennessee, they are 4-6. They got off to a 1-3 start, but then did pretty good. Beat USC, good on them. Lost to ranked BYU. Still ranked? Nope. And just recently lost by 4 to FIU. Okay. Okay, they got a really good rushing offense, top 10 in the country in yards per game. Ooh, they're a time of possession team, 15th in the country, 15th in opposing time possession, 5th in opposing plays per game. So they're like us. They are a more run-focused version of us, which is kind of fun. Yeah, I mean, they're 114th in the country in pass yards per game, 10th in rushing. So that could make this game interesting if we don't get a time of possession that we like. 5 recruits visiting. I'm going to be honest, we're not going to get any of them, so who cares? Let's go into the game. Louisiana Tech won the toss, elected to receive. I am completely down with that decision. Let's see if we can rattle off a nice long drive here. 3rd and 5. Let's try hitches. There we go. Harmon gets his 8. Thank you, sir. Get on Buford. 3rd and 2. I'm going to run it. There we go. Zachary Crow gets us 3. 3rd and 4. Ed Woodward off the slants. We're on the board, and that drive took 8 minutes off the clock. Very good start. And Middle Tennessee punts. Good job by the defense. 3rd and 2, we're going to run it. We get it. Thank you, Zachary. And Carlos Nelson, 44-yard pass off the hitches. That'll play. 1-yard run from Zachary Winston plays slightly less. And Marcus Miller, the true freshman, touchdown off the slant. Very good. Defense gets a stop at midfield. Look at us. The RPO worked, people. Curls did not. That was an ambitious decision. And Javier Noble, 81-yard touchdown reception off the verticals. Okay, 7-point game. And Zachary Crow goes backwards. Very good. Oh, boy. 3rd and 3, I'm going to run it. 4th and 1, we're going to run it again. This time, though, with the QB. He gets it. Very good. 3 minutes left on the clock. I'm trying to burn as much of this as I can. There we go. Woodward touchdown over the middle. Extra point is good. And I have left Middle Tennessee with 37 seconds for which they can do nothing with. And they stall at midfield again. So far, I mean, outside of that one massive 80-yard touchdown reception, defenses look pretty good. If you're wondering if I just did a play action at our own 5-yard line against an engage 8, the answer is yep. There we go. 14-yard pass to Nelson over the middle. The RPO works. Good scramble there from Suzuki. 3rd and 1. Very good. 3rd and 7. Let it fly. Send it. I, it really is like a carbon copy to last season. If you look at his game log, he has no interceptions through the first 4 games. There's 2 against UConn, 0 against West Virginia, 0 against Missouri State, and then now 1 against New Mexico State, 1 against Jacksonville State, 1 against Middle Tennessee. It is like clockwork, and we haven't put this game away yet. Like a touchdown, and it's a 1-possession game. Defense does get the stop, though. Thank you. Okay. We need a nice 7-minute drive that ends in a score. Put this game away. Three yards when you need to. I'll take it. Convert the 3rd and 6. That's very nice. Suzuki had to scramble. Poor Suzuki. He's fighting for his life right now. Let's get a little bit of run game in there. There we go. Jeffrey Winston runs it in. 13-yard touchdown. Up by 21. And that drive took 8.5 minutes off the clock as requested. And a pick fumble return for a touchdown. Extra point is good. Thank you, lads. We have the ball back, which is very nice. Our offense goes backwards. No, I'm not going to go for it. You can have the ball back, Middle Tennessee. Have fun. All right, there we go. All right, we win 35-7. Very good from our defense there. I think time of possession game was in our favor. Now, they did average 9.5 yards per attempt, but that's mainly because they had an 80-yard reception in there. So if you take that away, they had 5 completions for 40 yards. And actually, to be fair, that's 8. Or per attempt, I guess. So it's slash number. Never mind, I can do math. Pretty good from Suzuki. The pick obviously sucks. Run game was okay. Nice that Winston, our transfer from ULM, able to get another touchdown. He hasn't been great this year, but happy he was able to get some of that involved. Pretty spread out day for our wide receivers. Okay. Let's see what happened around Conference USA. AMU Western Kentucky. All right. Hey, we got the sack number. Very good. And we passed for under 285 yards 2 times. Nice. So it looks like we're going to get all of our booster goals, which are great. We got no of the commits. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, we only got 3. Like, Derek O'Connor is pretty good. Kate Alford was bad. Stanton is just not going to be good. And there's really no point in moving anyone else up the list. Like, we're so far behind on them. For the heck of it, I'll scout. I'll only scout them if teams have if there's no interest. Okay, no, it's not worth it. Okay, so week 13, final week of the season, Western Kentucky facing us down on the other side of Conference USA, though. FIU against Liberty for the chance to make it in the conference game from the East. A very competitive Conference USA this year. We're 10-1, Liberty's 9-2, FIU's 8-3, a pair of 7-4 teams, including New Mexico State, who has won 4 of their last 5. Very good for them. And they still have Toby Gardner there. Like, good on him for staying around and trying to build something. Okay, let's see what happens. Western Kentucky, we're favored by 5.5 points here at home. We have 8 recruits visiting. It looks like we'll seal the signature for a couple defensive players. And that is about it. Last year, obviously, Western Kentucky beat us, and they were the only team we could not afford to lose to. So here we are. Western Kentucky defers to the second half. Okay, 4 verts. Send it. 11-yard scramble. Not how we drew up getting a first down on that play. So I think a win here also would be very good just for personal pride, if I do say so, as we convert the 3rd and 3, already in the red zone. We have then gone backwards because we can't have nice things. Settle for a field goal. There we go. Great 3 and out. Thank you, defense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hitches. It works. We're at the 30. We're at the 27. We're at the 17. We're at the 12. We're at the 8. We're back to the 10. I'm going to go for it here on 4th and 3. Hitches. Let's get him. There we go. Well done. Marcus Miller gets us the conversion. We're at the 5. We are still at the 5. And Suzuki scrambles for a touchdown. It's a very good. Defense gets another 3 and out. All right, let's burn a lot of clock here, I say, as we get 2 straight first downs. It's fine. Even the jet sweep is working. Oh, Western Kentucky has given up the ghost. It's 17-0, folks. Another 3 and out. My, oh my. Oh, that was poor. I'm not going to. Why? We're dominating them. Why would I go for it, risk failing, and giving them great field position with 4 minutes left? Silly game. Let's go up tempo here. Suzuki is sacked. Never mind. We are going to just chew clock. Run it out here. Ooh, we got the conversion. Maybe not. There we go. We're at the 16 in the red zone. That drive turned around so quickly. 4th and 4. We'll take the field goal for some extra points here. And that's that. All right. Pretty good. Defense pitching a shutout. Offense is doing well, I would say. I'm just waiting for the morale-crushing turnover to sweep in and ruin my day, as a medium passing is negative. Well, just for that, deep attack. Send it, Suzuki. 10-yard pass. Light work. The wide receiver quick screen worked, and then 2 0-yard runs. My God. And then Winston goes back. All right, Western Kentucky's finally on the board with a field goal. That was just depressing from our offense there, and we have to punt again at midfield. Ay, 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 ay. RPO bubble screen again. Okay, I just need to stop. And Crow goes backwards now. Guys, come on. Another field goal. If Western Kentucky had scored literally any points in the first half, I think this is a close and, competitive game, but I think 20-0 is just too strong of a hole. We convert the 3rd and 5. Very good. 3rd and 4. Sling it. There we go. Gooden gets us to the 2. We're just going to do a little QB sneak at the 1. Suzuki runs it in. Very well done. Backups are now in. And Western Kentucky, to their credit, does get a touchdown as time expires. So 27-12. I think a really good game from our defense. Until the backups came in, they were doing great. Western Kentucky only got that field goal because we just forgot how to run the football. Winston 5 carries, 6 yards. Crow 11 for 35. Buford actually did well, which we like. Suzuki, not his best game. He only had 7 incompletions, but yards per average was low. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, obviously. We'll take that and like it. Gooden, 8 for 8 target to reception ratio. Fuller was 6 of 7. That'll play. And for the first time at Louisiana Tech, we are in the Conference USA title game. Who will be our opponent? Will it be Liberty? Will it be FIU? Two new injuries to our defense. That tracks. It is Liberty. They beat FIU. And they are here. So their record is 10-2. That Arkansas State loss is just so crazy. Though Arkansas State finished 10-2, by God, they're cooking with gasoline, folks. All right, we made it. Let's quick reveal on some players. We get a defender. That's about it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll move Hardeen back up. It's also so annoying because, I can't do NIL. I wish I could do NIL for offensive players. That might not be the most realistic thing, but the fact that I can't, very annoying. So, that's not nothing here. We have a bye week, so I'm just going to advance through it. A lot of commits here. Any of them from me? Nope. Yeah, I really think, especially if we... Don't get me wrong, I don't love the idea of, jumping from school to school to school, but as a coordinator, I think I kind of have to, just to ascend here. I feel like a couple players I was looking at earlier have vanished from my screen. I'm sure it's nothing. All right, Conference USA Championship game. Let's look around. Any other? Shout out Kent State and the MAC. Wake Forest, number 7th in the country. They're out of conference. They beat North Texas and Arizona State, and they lost LSU. This is a paper tagger. Their only ranked opponent, number 9, Florida State, they beat by 1 point. They get beaten by LSU. Their Notre Dame is going to beat this team by 20. That's just almost guaranteed to happen, in my humblest of opinions. How are you ranked 7 with that? Come on. That is something for my first series on the channel of Football Coach College Dynasty. We went from Purdue to Clemson. And something I discovered immediately was the ACC was the biggest cakewalk I had ever seen. But it is what it is. Yeah, I think this series will definitely have more jumping around than say my other two on the channel. I mean, my first one we went from Purdue to Clemson and then ended it when the game fully launched. And then my second save, we went from Kent State to Fresno State, where I was at for years, and then went to Bama for a few years to end the series. All right, here we go. Liberty. I mean, this is the biggest game of the save, without question. We're in the Conference USA title game. We win. We have trophy in the cabinet. Not really for us, obviously, but for pride. We're going up against the Liberty, who, to be fair, I mean they have a much better defense than us ranked wise. Could be a fun little game here. Liberty's favored by 2. The game is being played in San Antonio, Texas. Last year, we beat Liberty by 1 single solitary point. And that was, let me scroll down here, when we scored a touchdown with 19 seconds left on the clock. So we'll see. We will see what happens this time. Let's rock and roll. We won the toss and deferred. I am okay with that decision, but a little worried. We're going to start this game down 7-0. And the defense gets a stop at midfield. Safety blitz. Engage 8 blitz. Bringing out all the stops. Ooh, we got the conversion on 3rd and 2. It's never a good sign for your running game when you're worried about running it inside on 3rd and 2. There we go. We get it on 3rd and 3 there also. Our offense is moving. We're in Liberty's red zone. Let's surprise them with a QB run. 3rd and 3. I'm going to pass it here. See if we can get him on the wheel. We don't. I'll take the field goal. All right, we're on the board 3-0. And a strip sack from Brendan McGee. James Palmer recovers. Kids, we're in the red zone. No, and Suzuki is sacked on 3rd down, only a field goal. Not great from our offense so far, as Liberty fumbles at the 3-yard line. Oh no, Liberty. Oh, Liberty. The fans are screaming at their screens right now. And we get the 20-yard pass. That was terrifying. I thought we were going to get a safety there. Oh, boy. Very good. Let's see if we can burn a bit more clock, though. There we go. We convert on 3rd and 4. Very nice. 3rd and 13. 22-yard pass. Nothing doing. Campbell's terrified right now. Zachary Crow gets me to the 6. We can't stall again. Oh, my God, Winston. We don't kick a lot of field goals. I mean, prior to this game, Hardin had only kicked, is it counting today's? I don't think it is. Yeah, only 14 field goals, 5 of which came in the first, 2 of the first 3 games of the season. Like, we don't kick a lot of field goals, and they have held us to 3 field goals so far today. And the defense blitzes again, it burns them, and Liberty gets their touchdown. Fair enough. We are up by 2 at the moment, which is not really where I want to be in my life. Suzuki is sacked. We punt. Defense gets the stop on the blitz. Very good. All right, let's see if we can get something here. We are out of timeouts, though. There we go. Send it deep. I wanted that one. All right, so 36 seconds left, no timeouts. We're at the three, and Caden Buford runs it in. Extra point is good, 9-point ball game. All right, and we start with the ball. This is going to be the drive that I think defines our season. If we can burn some clock, go down the field, and get a touchdown, I think this game is ours. If we struggle, though, we're in deep trouble. 3rd and 12. We convert 48-yard pass Connor Flynn over the middle. So I don't think this is going to be the 8-minute burn that I wanted it to be. With Sakin Suzuki. 44-yarder. Hardeen. No good. Missed it. All right. Remember that when I said the drive would define our season and we immediately struggled and missed a kick? It's fine. The defense got a pick and got us in good field position also. Turn shoe clock back on, do a little bit of slants, a little bit of read option. It worked. Crow goes backwards, and again, do I really care about 9 versus 12? Yeah, he missed. That's his first short miss ever, I think. I think that's his first. Yep, that is his first short miss of his career. And it's in the biggest game Louisiana Tech has had. Oh man, defense gets a stop again. I am buying my defensive coordinator a nice dinner because we have not had it offensively, and 3 and out, we get nothing, man. Liberty converts on 3rd and 14. We're into the 4th quarter. Big stop there by the defense. They have to settle for a field goal. Okay. So if you're wondering how that 3rd quarter went for our offense, just if anyone's curious, drive down the field, miss a field goal, get good field position, drive down, miss a field goal again. Not only a 3 and out, but 3 plays and 0 yards. If anyone is curious on how that went, big conversion there. Because if we have 6 other points, I mean, it's a 12-point game right now. We're looking really good. But the misses loom large. Marcus Miller has 2 receptions already this drive. Buford gets me the yard I need. Hitches converts. All right, we're moving. We're going. There we go. 7 yards. Now our offense has arrived. Never mind. Oh, this is a big call. I mean, I'm definitely going for it. That goes without saying. Punt. Even if I burn them at the 10, that's 20 yards they have to get. 3 minutes, too much time. I think we go for it. We're going to pass it. We're going to do slants. We don't get it. Not only do we not get it, we get sacked. Liberty. 4th and 10. And they don't get it. Turnover on downs. We are 1 first down away from victory here. Good run there by Buford. Let's do a little QB run. Gets me 2. I'm going to run it again. Yes! Buford gets the conversion. Very good. Run it one more time. And we beat Liberty 16-10. Holy, what a game. Immense praise to our defensive coordinator. We did not score a single point in the second half and still won that football game. That's insane. Our run game just was not there at all. Suzuki got sacked 6 times. Buford struggled. Crow wasn't great. Man alive. That was such a slugfest at the end. I mean, we burned 10 minutes off of that draw, off of the clock in this fourth quarter drive and couldn't do it. I don't think Hardin makes the 48 yarder. I think going for it was definitely the right call. The fact that we didn't get it sucked. Because I mean, also if we convert there, like the game is essentially over because Liberty's gonna have to start using their timeouts. We're in better field goal range. So, but then Liberty couldn't do it offensively. They go 3-and-out. We get the yards we need, and that's your ball game. Not the cleanest game of football or the most exciting anyone will ever see, but we get the win, and we have won Conference USA in year 2. Very good. Obviously, we did not make the playoff. It will surprise all of you to know. Did Wake Forest beat Notre Dame? That's hilarious. We are in the Sun Bowl against Utah State. Liberty gets a rematch against Arkansas State. Oh, that's funny. That's very good. Pop-Tarts Bowl, by the way, Houston and Florida State. Yeah, Wake Forest lost to Notre Dame. Who could have possibly seen that coming? Well, we don't. First of all, I don't think anything sums up my opinion on how bad the AI recruiting is than this. Derek O'Connor was an athlete. Objectively, looking at his stats, he is a wide receiver, not a running back. His ball security is a 61. Even though his catching and route running are in the high 60s, 61 ball security is terrible. He is not strong at all. His evasion is only a 71. Our AI had him listed as a running back. He immediately commits to North Texas, and they make him a wide receiver because they understand his position. We only have 2 recruits, dude. 2. And that genuinely might be what we end with. Like, it's just, it's not fun. I mean, this is an obvious sentence, but it's not fun when what I'm doing like really doesn't matter. And we're going to have like no recruit commits. And if you look at our team background here, 35% of our team are seniors. I mean, we have a decent freshman class, 22 guys, but like we are losing 20 starters to graduation. Like this would be such an easy program to build. You're in Conference USA. We just won the conference, get a nice group of freshmen in, and the AI just doesn't do that. It's very frustrating. All right, let's advance through awards week, see if anybody won anything. I have a feeling we got none of the national awards, but you never know. Nope. Suzuki gets 5th for the Heisman. Good for him. I imagine, yeah, the rushing touchdowns, the fact that he had 7, that definitely helped because he certainly doesn't have the yardage. A running back winning the Heisman. Nature is healing. Yeah, Suzuki is 5th on the Heisman. And I said this earlier this year and last year as well. There's a decent chance Kenneth Suzuki is the best QB I'll ever have in my career. And I'm so glad we won Conference USA with him. Very good. All right, let me skip to the Conference USA. Player of the Year does go to Kenneth Suzuki. Happy for him. Toby Gardner, our old head coach, gets Coach of the Year for an 8-4 season in New Mexico State. That is definitely deserved, without question. Defensive lineman Braden Flaherty gets Defensive Player of the Year, 12 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, 28 pressures, and a forced fumble. First team All Conference USA, Suzuki at QB, Thacker at offensive line, along with Holland. Hardeen makes it at kicker. I don't really know why. There's no way 15 and 19 is like the best kicking. And then two defensive players, Wilcox and Flaherty. And then Betts makes it a punter, for averaging 42 yards a punt. Second team All Conference USA, Paul Harmon and Talon Gooden makes it at wide receiver. Murray and Fan at O-line. Pair of defensive players as well. I'm surprised with these two making it. Like 17 pancakes and 3 sacks isn't great, but I mean, hey, I'm not going to complain. I doubt we had anyone on the all freshman lists, but just to check, no dice. No dice. All right. Just check on the dregs. That is 5 players committed. Gee, did any of them commit to us? We got 2. We got Brett Stanton, fast blocking O lineman, 53 run block and C plus potential. May God have mercy on my quarterback. So, okay, the AI is looking at a 2-star JUCO running back. Let's scout him fully. I mean, he's going to. I would redshirt him, except he's a JUCO player that wants to be a star, which means he's just going to transfer. But like his speed is a 60. He is a power back that only is 204 pounds and 60. No. I mean, sure. We might as well. We need recruits. We might as well go for him. But goodness gracious me. All right, last game of the episode today. Bull game, the Sun Bowl against Utah State. 9th in the country in yards per game, 42nd in pass yards, 12 in rush yards. Defense looks pretty solid, though they're weak against the run. They went 10-3 in the Mountain West. They started out 7-0. No, excuse me, 8-0. Lost to Toledo, which is a horrible loss. Then they lost to Boise State, no shame in that, and then lost by double digits in the Mountain West Championship, San Diego State. Dang, were they ranked at one point? Yeah, they were all the way up to 5th. 5th? 5th's a bit much. They did beat number 9 Air Force. You know what? Credit to them. So it looks like pretty good football. Oh, boy. 9th in yards per game, rushing especially. They're really solid, top 15. They don't force a lot of turnovers, which is good for us. All right, this could turn into a shootout. Hope you've bet the over. We're favored by 3.5 points. This game is in El Paso. First time these teams have played each other. I wonder if our team just stayed in El Paso for 2 weeks. Utah State won the toss and elected to receive. First bowl game of the series. Let's see how we do. Defense gets a stop at midfield. Thank you, thank you. Let's rock and roll. We got a lot of seniors who this is going to be their final game. Let's send them off in style. As we have to punt. Style is relative. There we go. Paul Harmon, go route, 58-yard touchdown. Thank you, thank you. Defense gets another 3 and out. Look at them go. And we go 3-0. Remember when I said this was going to be a shootout and you should bet money on the over? This is why I don't bet, kids. They converted 3rd and 8 there. That's big. They do settle for a field goal. Okay. That's a pretty long drive, too. Yeah, 7 minutes. Doesn't leave us that much time in the second quarter if we don't score here. There we go. Carlos Nelson gets us 10. That was a terrible call for that off tackle run, but he got the 3rd down anyway. Where's me Y corner? There we go. Marcus Miller gets me 7. Play action over the top works to perfection. And Zachary Crowe runs it in. 11-point game. They converted 3rd and 11, and then a big play. They get the touchdown at the end. The AI does not think I should be up tempo, which makes 0 sense to me. But whatever. Do they get the? Yeah, they get the gist now. And Kenneth Suzuki, 40-yard scramble for a touchdown. Where's his Heisman? Where is his Heisman? I ask you. And we get the ball back. Don't you love that? Don't you love when you score before halftime and you get the ball back in the second half? No! 3-and-out, we punt. That was a 55-yard touchdown pass. Neat. 4-point game again. Utah State is not going away. Suzuki is sacked there, which is huge. 23-yard pass to Ed Woodward. Very good. Let's try and see if we can get a little run game going here. And we do. Zachary Crowe runs it in. Back to being an 11-point game. Oh, no. The Utah State wide receiver fumbles. The ball is ours. Designed QB run. Works. Very good. Suzuki scrambles again. We're at the 9. I'm going to run it outside. That didn't work. Field goal. All right. 14-point game going into the fourth quarter. Defense is doing really well, but it looks like Utah State's, they got the touchdown there pretty easily. Let's see if we can get a longer drive here as we're already at midfield. Uh-oh. Woo! Crow flats works on 3rd and 8. Y corner works on 3rd and 8. We're moving. We're at the 7. We're at the 6. We're still at the 6, and the 6 we shall remain. But the field goal is good. 10-point game now. We took 6 minutes off the clock there. Pretty good. We only leave them with 5. So if our defense can at least delay them, they didn't really delay them until the end, and they missed the 38-yard field goal. I'm going to run it on 3rd and 3. We convert. One more 3rd down. We win the game. They're not expecting the jet sweep. Okay, they did. We punt. 18 seconds left in your ball game, and Roger Wall picks 6 on the Hail Mary to make it a decisive victory. If you bet money on the over, suddenly you're a happy person. And we win 40-24. Oh my. I mean, that was a really good game of football, I think. They were 10 of 16 on 3rd down. We were 6 of 12. We had no turnovers the whole game, which I think really, really helped us there. We only threw the ball with Suzuki 31 times. Ran it with Buford quite a bit, especially in the second half. No touchdowns, though. Crow got a couple. Suzuki, 57 yards rushing, and that's with, 11 sack yards there. Very happy with that. Paul Harmon in his final game for Louisiana Tech gets a touchdown. And hey, in the same year, we win Conference USA and we win a bowl game against a pretty good Mountain West team that at one point in the year was ranked sixth in the country. That'll play. Hey, look, we got a bad looking safety. Oh boy, we failed again. Listen, I'm sorry that our coach has insanely high expectations for like wanting 450 yards in conference play, but like, dude, quit it. Like that part is if he fires me because of that, I might end the series, and I'm only half joking there. Because like that coupled with the recruiting just being terrible would send me over the edge. We'll see. All right, let's advance through the remaining bowls and the playoff games. For those curious in the playoff so far, looks like OSU against Georgia and then South Carolina against Notre Dame. Wake Forest destroyed IU and then got beat by OSU. Oh, Air Force got killed. So did Appalachian State. Man, I like how it just says playoff week instead of, I don't know, like semifinals. All right. No more recruits. Salvador Jones goes to Houston. By the by. We are going to end this recruiting class with, let's assume we get the kicker and we swipe Reed McKinley. We're going to end the recruiting class with 7 recruit commits. Like that's just not tenable. I'm sorry. Like what are we doing here? National championship game is Notre Dame against OSU. I predict Notre Dame will win by 8 points. Instead, Ohio State won by 21. In the final rankings, we finish ranked 19th in the country to soar into the rankings. We finished 13-1 on the year, conference champions of Conference USA, and bowl victory in our grasp. Head coach opinion drops by 5. This is so stupid. I am sorry. My offense, 16th in the country in point. Let's dive into the numbers. 16th in points per game, 3rd in turnovers, only 8th the whole season. We are number 1 in the country in time of possession. You're welcome, defense, for staying healthy the whole time. 11th in first downs per game, 8th in passing first downs. We have the best 3rd down conversion rate in the country. You're going to fire me? Also, I like the fact that we have the 4th easiest strength of schedule. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, okay. I mean, hey, at least the head coach's job is safe. The John Powell is like, hey, your seat's getting warm, buddy. How stupid. All right, we get 3 points. I think I'm going to put 2 into offense, 1 into training. Ooh, and I get a new badge. What do I want? I think it's either protect the rock to give everyone plus 10 ball security, or the skilled players get better ball carrier vision and IQ. I think I'm just going to give everyone plus 10 ball security. That is my executive decision. Defensive coordinator also levels up. Head coach levels up by 3. You're welcome, John. Let's go to the coach carousel. Will we have any other offensive coordinator or head coaching jobs? Contract is part. Oh, he's not retaining us. Our contract's expired. He is not renegotiating the contract. We're done. We're out. I am, in general, a big proponent of this game. I think it does a lot of things well that even other sports management simulators like Football Manager, Out of the Park Baseball struggle at. But you cannot tell me that a head coach on a Louisiana Tech team that goes 13-1, wins the conference, wins the bowl game, finishes ranked 19th in the country, would not retain their offensive coordinator. Especially when said offensive coordinator is working with the 56th ranked offense in terms of talent. You cannot tell me that offensive coordinator would be let go. Oh, you're offering me a new deal before I go on my soliloquy. Well, the fan base gets too uneasy. We went through. This is so stupid. The fan base gets uneasy. My coach in Christ. We went 13. Whatever. No other team wants us, so obviously we're accepting the offer. I don't care about insurance payout. I mean, the coach lock keeps us there, but we might just be fired anyway. Screw it. Give me your 2-year deal. Give me a 2-year deal. No guarantees. No locks. Any changes in Conference USA? Lots of new coordinators, no new head coaches. Nope, no retirees in the conference. That's insane. I'm sorry, but what are we doing? Oh, yeah, you're going to fire me? Sure. All right, we have a lot of seniors in this group. I think I will leave going through the rest of the off season for next video, which will be later this week. The idea that I am on the hot seat as a coordinator right now is actually insane. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out next season, but I may not be long for Louisiana Tech. Who knows? But that is where I'm going to end this episode. Obviously, great success. We won Conference USA in year 2 at Louisiana Tech. We won a bowl game also against a team that was once a top 10 ranked in the country. Kenneth Suzuki was Conference USA Player and QB of the Year and 5th overall in Heisman voting. So really sad to see him go, but I will do all of the players leaving and transfers next episode. I think next stream will be a short stream where I think I'll just go through the off-season, summer, and then after that, next week, we can start back up with the third season at Louisiana Tech. So, thank you all for watching. Really successful episode this time around, though it does appear the coach is looking over our shoulder. Potential greener pastures. So thank you all for watching. See you next time.